Patrick makes $500,000 per month, and in this video, I'm gonna break down his entire Instagram strategy, YouTube strategy, his free training funnel strategy, and his email strategy that you can plug inside your coaching business to scale your coaching business to six figures per month in 2026. Okay, so let's start with Instagram. And on Instagram, he's got 300K followers, and he is being followed by some of the top guys in the info space. And the first link that you see on his profile is his opt-in page link, which is basically the step one to for any stranger or any potential lead entering his ecosystem, right? So when somebody who is kind of interested in trading and who want to work with him and who seems fascinated by his lifestyle, he would click on this link and he would stumble upon an opt-in page, and he would fill up the data, and he would basically start getting these touch points from his ecosystem, right? Which I'll get to that in a second. But first off, you have to understand who his ideal audience is and why this like specific strategy works for them, right? Because you might be in a niche in which you have a high ticket offer, and this exact system, this exact Instagram strategy might not work for you, right? So his ideal audience is basically between 18 to 25, the guys who are basically who have tried these traditional business models like social media marketing agency, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, and all of these other business models that gurus are preaching nowadays. And specifically, they haven't made any money, right? So the age gap between age group between 18 to 25, these guys are already doom scrolling all day, and they are watching a ton of content on Instagram and YouTube, and they are always looking for some new business model or some new opportunity to make money, right? So the main goal that they have in mind is to basically make 10K per month, right? So the ideal audience of Patrick is the guys who are basically stuck in a college or in a job, same just like TJR's audience, right? And the guys who want to make 10K per month and looking for an escape plan or a proven step-by-step system to basically make their first $10,000 per month, right? And they have already been burnt by the traditional gurus, like they have already tried social media marketing agency, Amazon FBA, and all of these other business models that haven't worked for them. So they want something that's tangible, that's proven to work, and that can guaranteed make them money, right? So when we think from the 18-year-old guy's perspective who is already burned by these gurus and who is looking for a way to make money, we can understand that why this funnel works much better from his perspective, instead of just thinking that uh instead of having some our own opinion without thinking from the actual lens of the customer, right? So now we know why his system works. We will start off with the highlights, which is one of the most crucial needle moving factor in his funnel. So in his highlights, he's got first his story, right? Then testimonials, then YouTube, and then some of the other basically links to his trading stack, like the softwares and other platforms that he used, right? So in the first highlight, he is basically linking all of these other like he's basically fulfilling the rule of 7, 11, and 4, which is basically the rule from Google, which is simply that for anybody to basically buy from you, in this online space, they have to basically watch you for 7 hours, right? Let me just make it green. They have to watch you for 7 hours. They have to actually go um through 11 touch points, right? And on 4 different platforms. And you will see that how he cleverly how he fulfills this basic rule in his funnel, and it's already being followed in the step one, which is basically this is the first touch point, which is basically the Instagram, right? And the second touch point is going to be basically linking his YouTube from his highlight and sending that traffic to YouTube. So he has basically the simple highlight, right? And it just gets him to his series that he's doing on YouTube. Then we have his testimonials, like all of the students that have worked with him and all of the students who are, crushing working with him, right? So at this, we kind of know how, what he's selling. Like we have already, like, that, he's doing something regarding trading, and we know that, he's making this content on Instagram, and he is like making, this, big amount of money, right? And we have already like gone through his story, and we know how, like, where he's coming from. Then the next potential, the question in the mind would be, does this actually work, right? Is it a scam, right? Because if we think from his ideal customer's perspective, that they they look at all of the other business models like some another scam, right? Because they've already burned by the other gurus. So it's the next logical question that they have, and he tackles that with showing like hundreds of testimonials. And this cements the proof that, okay, this guy has a system that actually works, and it is working for other guys just like me, and this might, work for me as well, right? And then we have again his YouTube. So for somebody who, has missed this one story, he would again fulfill that, 11 7 11 4 rule with next highlight, which is basically just linking some of his best videos that he has made, that they can watch, and they can, start knowing him, liking him, and, trusting him, right? So then we have his simple software stack that he's using, so his funded platforms and other things as well, which all the traders would know, right? And here is the most important part to understand his funnel and his Instagram strategy. So there's this book written by, this guy known as Adrian Schwartz, and he has written this book known as Breakthrough Advertising. And he's one of the best copywriters existed in our generation, and he has given us the rule of, this awareness levels, right? So in a given market, there are always gonna be people who are most aware, product aware, right? Solution aware, problem aware, and totally unaware, right? So most aware people are the people who are already sold on your method, and who are watching you consistently, who have already bought from you, or who are on a last step, of buying from you. They're basically the kind of people who trust you already, they watch you, and they like you, right? So the next logical step for them to actually work with you is to just, give them a no-brainer offer, so they can start working with you. And the top these two type of, like, two levels of audience, or the awareness levels, are the simplest to work with, because they are easiest to close, because they already know us, like us, trust us, and they know what we are selling. So selling them is the most easiest task in the world. But what Patrick does is, instead of, targeting these people, which is like knowing about his product, knowing about his solution, he would target the problem aware people, right? And totally unaware audience, right? So this gets us to the Instagram content strategy, and he is basically making the lifestyle reels. So he barely posts pictures on his Instagram. So he's posting lifestyle content, so basically the vacation vlogs and all, and the trading motivation, right? So what this does is, this content isn't made for the people who are highly, like, skeptic, or like, just, watch hour long podcast, right? This specific type of content is made for the people who are between 18 to 25, who are watching Instagram all day, who are scrolling reels, and who are kind of, stuck in that broke looking for an escape kind of situation, who are kind of depressed, stressed, and looking for a way to make money, right? So when we think from his ideal audience's perspective, we can actually, like, look and feel that, okay, this strategy actually works for him, right? So the main goal of his Instagram is to capture a lot of attention, like as much attention as he can. And this strategy is like same, just like TJR. If you have watched that video, TJR does the same, and in which he simply just make the most broad content ever and captures like as many eyeballs as he can. So you see he's getting consistent, 100K plus views, and half a million views. Like he's consistently like raking in, at least minimum 10 million plus views with his Instagram reels. So this strategy is working for him. But if you are somebody who is in a very specific kind of, market in which you cannot, like do this, right? So you have an audience who is very matured. So for you, what will work is you simply just solving very specific problems of the customer, and everything starts from knowing your customers better than they know themselves, right? So you have to think that how you can actually get inside the head of your customers. Like you can literally, you have to actually think, you have to actually get inside the head of your customers to the point in which you know them better than them, right? In which you can describe their pains, their dreams better than them, and it might terrify them as well. So that's kind of understanding you need about your market. And if you don't have right now, that's totally fine, because most of us, never have that kind of understanding, but you definitely can start. Bottom line is, the more you know your customers, the better you understand your customers, right? The better it is, right? And the more effective your messaging will be, right? This video isn't about just, giving you some funnel breakdown and just, make finishing it up in just 10 minutes, right? I wanna actually emphasize on the first principles that goes way beyond than simply making a video on Miro board. So the first principle, or the fundamental rule of building your and actually scaling your high ticket offer, would be understanding your customers better than them. And if you want to make it a little bit dramatic, think that you have to actually get in their inside, right? You have to literally hijack their brain and build a camp inside of their brain, so you can tell them, show them, and literally speak with your messaging, with your words, what they want to hear, right? So for Patrick, his main goal with Instagram is to capture more attention, just tap into that broad market, right? So that's why this strategy works for him. And this is one of the most important graph you will ever watch in your marketing journey if you are selling something online, because this might be the reason that you are buying something, right? So if you've ever bought something, you are at at the beginning you are totally unaware of about that, right? You start watching reels about that product, and you stumble upon a guy who is selling that product, and you start watching that guy as well. And then you found out that that guy is selling something that is like kind of very good, and it just makes a lot of sense for you to actually give it a shot. And then on the top of that, that guy has already a lot of proof, and that product is working for him. So you try, right? So you slowly like start from this to being totally unaware about a product or about a specific solution, and you move through, this pyramid from bottom, from being completely unaware to being most aware, and finally buying that product, right? So I hope it gave you some perspective on understanding your customers, and like just how Patrick is doing. And as I said, he is already fulfilling the 7-11-4 rule, and he is basically sending that traffic to YouTube, to other platforms, and he is basically generating a lot of eyeballs. Now comes the YouTube strategy, and on YouTube he's got almost 90K subscribers, and his content strategy revolves around, just like capturing attention, solving problems and showing the process live, right? So it's kind of same, just like Tyler TJR, if you know about him. So on YouTube, he is making top of funnel content, which basically includes big total addressable market, big TAM. So the people who are watching these vlogs are the guys who don't know about Patrick yet. They are kind of, again, looking for ways to make money, scrolling on YouTube, scrolling on Instagram, and they are thinking, they are trying to escape and achieve that 10K per month goal, but they don't have a system, right? They don't know how they can actually achieve that goal in a systematic process, right? So that's the kind of unaware level that Patrick is tapping in, and he does this with vlogs, and mainly vlogs. And he's basically capturing a lot of unaware audience, and these vlogs basically introduce them to trading, right? So okay, so this is the kind of lifestyle that he is living due to trading, right? So trading starts being the main, like the fundamental part of his like business. Okay, so this guy has achieved this, massive luxury lifestyle just by trading. So I can do that as I can do that same, right? So then we comes down to the middle of funnel strategy, which is like including a series of YouTube videos. So in which he would like make trading motivation, exclusive tactics, and trading strategies. So currently he is running this series in which he calls it PB theory, and he would share some level of like kind of self help advice, or some technical advice about trading, and some motivation and some exclusive tactics about trading, like being very specific about that, right? So it just involves that all of the other audience, right? So here we are being introduced to trading, right? So we know that, okay, Tyler, Patrick is living that lifestyle with trading, and now we know that, okay, trading is the main part that he is being able to achieve this lifestyle. Now we start watching other videos, which is basically your problems, your very specific problems being solved about trading, right? And then on the top of that, which is, I think, one of the best thing that anybody can do, which is live trading, right? So he's showing the wins, the losses, and the main part of this bottom of funnel kind of content is he is building that trust live, right? So think anything that you're doing. If you have a six-figure offer, right, like um high ticket offer, think how you can actually show the process live, right? How you can actually show the audience that, okay, I can just do this live, so anyone, even total beginner, can follow that. And on the top of that, it can build enough trust so that they can eventually work with me, right? So you have to think that how you can somehow show that entire process live, and it'll help the audience to basically build a trust with you, because you are being real and you're basically showing the rough side, the beauty of that method or whatever thing that you're selling, and it'll build a lot of trust, right? And trust converts in today's space, because people are all time skeptical and they don't want to give you 1K, 2K, 3K until they trust you, right? So this is how this strategy works. So he starts with big TAM, a lot of unaware audience, introduce them to trading. Then he's solving some very specific problems of the audience, and then he is basically showing that entire process live, so people can trust him. People know that, okay, he knows his stuff, he is an expert. And from YouTube, he is basically sending all that traffic to his free training opt-in, and I'll just get to that free training in a second, which uh, you see, this is the first step from both this is the first step to basically anybody for to enter his like funnel for from YouTube. And from YouTube, they would watch the free training, and they would slowly start being rewired through his content, through his emails. And they don't know that, but his emails, his content, his like free training, which is disguised as a VSL, um, it rewires them to buy his product, right? So that's for YouTube. And here his free Instagram free training funnel. Okay, so here's how anyone can write six-figure copy even if you don't know any copywriting. So here's a $50 million insider secret to write six-figure copy even if you are a total beginner. And it's not from me, don't believe me. It's from one of the quote copywriter who has made 50 millions and above. And he's written this book known as Take Their Money. And it simply says that every single line in your copy, whether that email, sales page, YouTube script, whatever that is, right? It has to push these motions, and they are new, easy, big, and safe. So if you can prove that, okay, this is the my product is new in the market, even if it's not new, you can actually package that in a way in which it can sound as new, you will win, right? Because people want new, people are attracted toward new things. Or you can show them that, okay, this is the easiest thing that you can do, this is as easy as even a child can do it. Because our brain doesn't love hard work, our brain craves for pleasure all the time, right? And when you make your product as efficient and simple as possible, you can basically start selling that on steroids, you know. And you have to actually capture that attention with big, because we are already being bombarded with, so many things in our day. And you have to make your opportunity, your headlines, your sales message shout like some big opportunity, some massive opportunity that is going on, that they cannot miss. And if they miss, it's gonna basically cost them some huge amount, right? And again, you have to actually show them that, okay, this is the safest thing that you can do. It's not a scam, it's safe, you can make money, you don't need to invest money, and you are an expert, so you can believe me, right? So you have to show them. So the bottom line is you must use words in your copy that makes your product new. Show them how easy it is to actually follow that, or for use that. And you have to capture that attention with big emotions. You have to actually use some certain words that push the big emotion that something big is happening. And you have to show them, okay, working with you or using your product is the safest option. It's not a scam, it's safe, anyone can do it, right? So that's how you can write six-figure copy. And I'm gonna just break down these emotions in his opt-in page headline. So he starts with the big emotion, which is this page could get taken down at any moment. So this is something known as fear of missing out, right? So it grabs attention for anyone because it isolates his, like, this funnel as something that's available for a limited time, right? So it's in itself is a big emotion, right? And then he says, discover my simple, little known trading strategy helping more than 7 new traders get their first payout every single week for over 417 days in a row. So you see, the discover shows that something new is happening. And simple, little known is kind of new and easy. Like simple is like pushing that easy emotion, right? If you know what I mean. And then he is building that proof that, okay, it has already helped 7 new traders to get their first payout, right? And in like 400 days straight. So it's proven, okay, so it has already worked for other guys, 7 traders. This can work for me as well. And again, in the sub headline, he's pushing the easy emotion just by following a simple set of rules and working less than 2 hours a day. So you see, he is pushing the easy emotion, saying you have to work just less than 2 hours a day. Means it's easy. And again, simple, easy, right? So it's kind of complicated, complex for anyone who is like who doesn't know about copywriting, right? But it's pretty pretty like high level stuff if you know how to actually write copy, and you can make millions of dollars just by improving your copy based on these 4 simple emotions. And once you actually master, like writing your copy in this way, your copy will be more persuasive. It's gonna be more effective, and your message is basically going to stick out, right? So once somebody read his headline, he would like watch, he would click on this one button, a call to action button, and he would basically watch this video, which is basically a free training that he has promised, right? And also on in the in the below the call to action button, he has a lot of proof again to basically show them that okay, this is the safest option, this is safe, this is already working, this is not a scam. There are other guys who are basically crushing with his method. So again, he pushed the easy emotions, right? So I would highly recommend you, if you want to understand this one simple copywriting secret, you just read his book, take their secrets or take their money, and it just works, like insanely well, and it'll just make you a beast copywriter in the quickest time possible, right? So that's pretty much it for the training free training funnel. So you basically capture the attention from Instagram and YouTube, and you send that traffic to a conversion mechanism, which is basically a funnel, which is a free training opt-in page. And the whole point is them exchanging their names and emails in exchange of a free training, right? So this one alone free training would build enough trust for some people to start working with him, right? And in the start of this video, we discussed about this 7-11-4 rule, right? So he is sending that traffic from Instagram to YouTube, which is basically the touch points, and they are consistently watching his YouTube, right? His YouTube videos, and there are like multiple videos, right? So 11 touch points is basically gonna be fulfilled for anyone in few weeks, right? And once, and his videos are pretty long, so that 7 hour long rule is gonna be again fulfilled in few weeks. And on 4 platforms, it's basically already being fulfilled. So this is the first platform, which is the Instagram. YouTube is the second one, this is the third one, and the emails are the fourth one. So it's already being followed in the back end, and you see how like these rules and the marketing principles that are just working behind the scenes. And once somebody again opt in for this page, fulfill their data, the voice is free training, and now they are entered his ecosystem. He has their emails, names, and phone number. Now he can actually start pushing out his emails, which is basically gonna be converting them, slowly rewiring them to become his customer. So let's talk about the email strategy. And he's sending daily emails, and as you sign up for his opt-in page, you would get this welcome email, right? And he's sending social proof emails in which he's basically showing them, okay, like other people have won with this method, they are crushing with his method, and how you can actually crush. Then he is sometimes like giving them some case study of a student, and then sometimes you straight selling, right? And these are not your like typical sales emails to basically pushing the sales. No, if you read these emails closely, you would see his copywriters are pushing the new easy, safe, and big emotions in these emails as well. So the bottom line is, of the bottom line of this video would be, master the copy, and before anything else, understand your customer better than them, and master the art of copywriting so that you can actually write the kind of copy that would grab their attention, that would get them to convert and eventually buy your product, right? And from emails, he is sending that traffic to a VSL funnel. And again, he is saying limited time opportunity, which he's basically playing on that scarcity, and it's again a big emotion, right? And the headline on the VSL funnel is basically kind of pain focused headline, so they are stuck in a like cycle of strategy hopping and emotional trading. And they, if they want to actually end that cycle, they have to just watch this video. And this is a VSL, it's designed to sell his one-on-one mentorship. And then he, anyone who want to work with him, who is sold watching this VSL, he would fill up this form, which is basically a type form, and he would enter his sales process. And in the sales process, three things will happen, right? In the sales call, the closer will close that lead, the prospect, Either it's gonna be a no close, so they didn't show up, they didn't close, or it's gonna be a no show, right? So they didn't show up, right? So anyone who is not qualified, or who whom the closer were unable to close, they are gonna be like sent to the free resources and the contents and the emails, so that they can eventually become their customer in the future. And if it's a no show, they're going to be added to the follow-up email sequences and SMS by the sellers, so that they can again book a call with him and his team, and they can eventually close them as well, right? So this is his entire 500K per month system and strategy. And if you want me to, like, break down his VSL, which is basically designed in a way to basically take a stranger prospect who know nothing about Patrick, right, to buying his product by the end of that video. And he does that, using his like little known strategies of copywriting and persuasion. So if you want me to break down the VSL, just let me know in the comment sections and I'll drop that as well. And this is it for the Patrick. And if you have a high ticket offer and you are below 30 to 50K per month, and you want to hit 100K per month, specifically with YouTube, and you want to scale your high ticket offer, just click the first link in the description and schedule a call. God bless.